Well, hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Shani and I'm a part-time reseller, and tonight I have a ship with me. Today is Monday, it is October the 6th. I have 4 items going out tonight, and then I am going to give you the recap of the last week amounts. So, and I've already made a payment towards my debt. I figured out what my net profit was for last week, and I made the payment before I even started this video. So I've had a lot of people walking by. One of my neighbor's dog pooped in my driveway, and it was not to go into detail, but I ended up having to get the hose out for them, bless their hearts. And then another neighbor stopped and was talking, and so I'm going to try to do this with my garage door open. It is getting a little bit late and darker now, so hopefully we can make it through. Okay, so you can probably still tell in my voice. I was not feeling well last week, and then last night on my video, I told you all I was starting to get sick again, and that is exactly what happened. I'm wondering if I'm needing to go to a doctor. I don't know. I have bits of the day where I'm like, okay, I can do this. It's just a cold or whatever it is. But anyway, I did work today. I do work tomorrow, and it's been a long day. So this is, if you're a part-time reseller, I mean, even if you're a full-time reseller, this is what it's like to do this. If you're full-time, you're dependent on that. So you work when you're sick. I guess the perk is you don't have to leave your house. You can just do it, maybe make it a lighter day. But when you're part-time and you have a full-time job and you do this part-time, this is when it really drains on you, because I didn't even feel like doing my shipping, but here I am. And I'm just saying this because I feel like we all understand each other when we talk about these things. And, but if you want to make sales, you have to hustle. And yes, you do need your rest, but, yeah, so I'm just talking out loud, really. I'm just talking to you guys. And I like to talk to you like you're here. I don't know, that sounds stupid, but it's the reason I started it, to maybe be a motivator for someone that wants to pay off their debt with their reselling. And then hopefully you guys can watch me evolve. I'm hoping. Maybe I'll evolve one day. That was kind of stupid, but anyway. I haven't even had my NyQuil yet. Okay. I have 3 eBay and 1 Poshmark sale today. Hey, Mondays are normally like hit or miss. Either I do good on Monday or I sell nothing on Monday. So I am ecstatic with 4 sales on a Monday. So my Poshmark sale is this bundle of 2 little Cowgirl hardware. It's Cowgirl hardware, girls small, size 6, Western Pearl Snap shirt lot horse. This one has horses on it. It's purple. It's super cute. I need to give it kind of it collects a lot of fuzz, I'll tell you that. So I got these in a bag sale together at my favorite little thrift store, where you can bag everything for $10. My net profit on these, I need to tell you what it sold for. My cost of goods on these, I got them August the 19th for 75 cents each. That was my cost of goods. I love picking up stuff like this because it's a little, I could shove this in a bag around adult clothing, and it helps bring down my overall cost of goods on maybe bigger pieces. So you know, I did pay 70 cents each for these shirts, and I sold the lot. I took an offer of $20. So my net profit on this lot is $14.50, and I am okay with that. You know, 2 items out of that bag sold, and I'm getting rid of those 2. I think $8.19. I was gonna say, did I sell something else? No. Excuse me. But I'm okay with that. $14.50. And I got my new thank you stickers from Amazon. I still don't have my link working yet. That's annoying. There's just a lot I need to do. Okay. I need to hustle a little louder, but I'm just not lately. And I was gonna show you guys those crafts. Yeah, I told you I would, but I don't have them out here with me, unfortunately. Okay, so this was my Poshmark sale today. I got these cute little face stickers too. I think I showed you last night. All right, so there's the Poshmark. And then my 3 eBay sales. This, all surprising. I do have a eBay coupon right now. It's a 15% off coupon people could use. All 3 of them used my 15% off coupon. This is a last year's item. It is a Van Heusen pencil skirt. And it's kind of like this black and white polka dot. It's cute, really cute design. Really cute. It's a stretch, and I sold it for $12.99. It's lined also. So it sold for $12.99. They saved $1.95 using my coupon. My net profit is $8.53 on this. So easy to list. I actually like listing skirts. It's one of my favorite things. It's kind of like, it's easy, right? You just lay out a skirt and take a picture of it. I do include the measurements, but I don't know. I enjoy it. I took pictures of 3 skirts tonight. If you can, oh, you can't really tell. Look at those hangers on the end, guys. I've been working. I really have. So even though I didn't feel good, I finished my job today, and I grabbed a few things off this rack and I took pictures. So tonight, while I'm just watching TV before bed, I'm gonna list a few things. Okay, so this lot I also get at my favorite little thrift store. Now, I don't normally pick up basic editions, okay? It's a, what is it? A Kmart brand. I believe it was an old Kmart brand, wasn't it? I normally don't pick them up. If you've watched any of my hauls, you probably maybe remember I happened to be at my favorite little thrift store one day, and I was almost done, and they started putting out a lot of nice little, maybe it's vintage, maybe it's not, but this is basic editions. This one is not brand new, but the other one with it is. And then what I did is I paired them up. So this is just a basic edition size medium shirt. And then this one was new with tag. Yeah, it was Kmart, originally $9.99, boat neck. And so I paired these up, and I bought them on March the 12th. I paid 70 cents each. The shirts were so nice that I thought, okay, if I don't put them online, then I will put them in my flea market booth. And so a lot of them were nice enough, I just put them online, even though it's basic editions. Now, I know I paid $1.40 for the both of them, but I sold the lot for I had just relisted this for $12 and it sold. They saved $1.80 with the coupon. My net profit's only $6.41 on these, but that's okay. I made there's 2 empty slots now in my hanger on my rack, and 2 of them are gone. So, you know, a lot of people maybe wouldn't even have listed those, but I got them, so I listed them. And it's $6.41 to go towards debt. Okay, my last eBay sale today was, I just sold something very similar, a few days ago. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren. It is a men's long sleeve t-shirt. It is gray, pony, large, classic fit, V-neck. I just sold a Polo t-shirt last week that I had forever, and I had relisted it, ended it, sold similar, and had relisted it, and then I accepted an offer of $11 on that. So even though I bought this May the 21st for 82 cents, I just listed this a few days ago. No kidding. It was on this rack, and I was like, okay, grab long sleeves. Let's post some long sleeves. And I posted it. I used my same title and everything. I went to that sold listing, and the one I sold the other day was a crew neck. So I went to the same listing, pushed sell similar. I took new pictures, and I just revised things to make sense for this shirt. So May 21st, I got this for 82 cents in a bag sale. I sold it for $12.99, and they used my coupon. They saved $1.95. My net profit is only $7.26, but that's okay. I am very happy with that. So I'm happy I am starting the week off with 4 sales and getting rid of some items. Like the Van Heusen was an old item, so I'm really happy. Although the other ones, you know, I did get this year, so that's nice. That's nice. But here we are. It's almost the end of the year, so we need to start pushing the accept button when we get offers. That's my goal anyway. Okay, so let me clear this out, and then I will give you the totals for last week. It was a better week than I thought, but I did end up selling those that jewelry last night. You guys saw that jewelry ship out. Okay, so last week totals. Last week was September 29th through Sunday, October the 5th. So Monday through a Sunday, I had 20 sales, but 26 items. That includes 18 sales online and 2 local Facebook pickup sales. So 20 sales. I shipped out 26 items. However, I had a few bundles. So 26 items sold. My goal right now is 35 items a week, and so I am definitely shy of that by 9. But the highlight of the week was the eBay pearl lots that I sold. I sold 2 pearl lots. One, I just shipped it out last night, so catch that video. One sold for $90, one sold for $85, and then I combined the shipping. So that was my highlight of the week. The second runner-up would be a jewelry lot I sold for $52.09. So that's my second runner-up. My third runner-up is a bundle lot of 4, but even though, I mean, they're individual items, so if you break it down, it just probably wasn't the third runner-up, but oh no, the third runner-up, my bad, it wasn't that bundle. It was the Ines de la Fressange. It was that French button-up long sleeve shirt. it sold for $48. $48. So technically that's no, that would be the third runner up. So those were my big sales for the week, but for the total net profit of the week, I brought home $458.39. So I'm super happy with that. That's the best I've done in a while. So $458.39. So what I do is I take 20% of that, which is $91.68 for the week, and I apply an extra payment to a piece of our debt. So I made my payment of $91.68. It is my 27th payment on this piece of debt that I have. My goal is to try to have it paid off before the end of March. I started paying this the last week of March, first week of April. That was my first payment I made towards this. And so hopefully you guys will see me come close, hopefully. Because as it falls, interest will lower and I will hopefully start really seeing a difference. It took a while. I mean, I've already made a difference, and so I just have to remind myself I'm making a difference week by week. It's really hard to see when you owe so much sometimes. So my advice for those of you that are wanting to pay off your debt, and you're like me, you're just a part-time reseller and you don't know if you can do it. The first advice is you can't get started unless you start. So you got to get started, and then to stay consistent. Never give yourself a break. When things break down in my life, let's say, man, I don't even want to give myself a bad omen, but okay, my car broke down. My work car broke down. Literally, it broke down. So I paid $1,300. Yeah, that's how much it was. So I could have said, okay, I'm not going to make that payment for the next couple weeks because because of this. But I just have got it to where I'm like, no, this comes first. So maybe what you can do, if you are starting from scratch, you don't have a savings account, you don't have anything to rely on, maybe what you could do is build yourself a emergency savings account. Take that 20% or whatever you want to use. I have done 25% in the past. I did lower it because of just financial things and just to give myself just a little bit more in there in my account, but I did lower it from 25 to 20%. So maybe it's 10%. Maybe that's all you can afford. You have to remember you're going to have taxes. You're going to be paying fees. So you have to give yourself wiggle room, and you need to give yourself more money for more inventory. So do your 10, 20%, whatever you do. I do 20%. I feel like it grooves better for me. I don't know. But get a savings account built up, maybe $1,000 savings account for you. Because I would say that's probably most important, because we all have emergencies happen, and it's really sucks when emergencies happen and you can't afford the emergency. And I have been there so many times in my life. And I'm, just when I look at where I was and where I am, I'm so blessed that I'm literally living the life I prayed for years ago. So I have to remind myself that when I'm kind of coming down on myself, about debt or about anything. I'm living a life I prayed for years ago when I was super duper struggling. Yeah. So anyway, that's, I guess, all I want to say about that. But you know, maybe give yourself a savings account first and then start chipping away. You can only start chipping away if you start. Even if it's $5, even if your net profit is $20, you can only start if you start. And I am here to tell you, if I only sold one item for a week, I would be telling you guys what my 20% was and paying it. So that would be a really sad day for me. But anyway, I just want to be an encourager to people that want to pay off their debt. And I am not a high roller reseller. If you're watching this, I'm not monetized. I'm not the best at being in front of a camera, probably. I just try to talk to you like you're my friends, you're here, you're with me. So maybe I'm not someone you want to even take advice from. I don't know. But anyway, that's why I started this, in case there's people like me that they just need that encouragement to keep going. So, and you can see what sells on Facebook or on eBay for me anyway. So that's all I got. Happy Monday. If you've got this respiratory crap, just hang in there. I just really feel like we're all going to make it through it. And I know, every year I get this, and I'm like, I just gotta hang on and get to the other side of the hill. But this time, I was on the other side of the hill, and now I'm going back up a hill. And it stinks. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a blessed week, everyone, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. And don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe. I keep getting, I try not to ever look at my subscriber number, because it really, like, if a goal is to get monetized, like, we all want to be monetized one day. But you know, you watch it and it'll do this. Like, I think I was at 760 some subscribers a week ago. And then I happened to look this morning, I was at 758. So that means, you know, people were like unsubscribing, or old people fell off or something. I don't know. But it like does that. And I'm like, okay, I've been around 750 for probably a few months. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, you get to where you're just, you start beating yourself up. And I don't want to do that. That's why I hardly ever look at it. Just because I don't want to beat myself up about this. But I just want to stay on the path of maybe helping other people. So I don't know why I went off on a tangent on that deal, but anyway, go grab you a hot chocolate, because that's what I'm getting ready to do. Talk to you later.